So yeah, we got a little story time. She was creep on the low, honey. Okay, we don't know why she was creep. We don't know how she turned creep, but we know she was creep on the low, baby. Now, I had this girl I knew from years ago, and this is middle school, y'all. Y'all gonna get the full breakdown. This is a long story, okay? So when I met her, it was in like middle school or whatever. She was cool. I didn't really know of her. Only like on Instagram or whatever. So it was cool. And when I first had met her, I was like, okay, she was, in school or whatever, cool. We would be around and stuff. And I was like, all right, cool person, I guess, whatever from the surface. But once you get to really hang around a person, you knew who she was. But in the younger days, y'all, you're not just knowing, you like some people when they be friends about it, they be nice. I'm the type I was a nice friend, y'all, because I got a good heart anyway. So I was the good-hearted friend that was like, okay, girl, what you need, I'm here for you type her. But when I got to know who she was over the years and stuff, being in school every day and like seeing her in lunch cafeteria, getting off bus, walking through the hallways. Mind you, like I say, this is like when we in like middle school going into high school, so like eighth, ninth grade type of year. But still, you be thinking you're growing in them years, so you think you know what's going, but you don't, child. So, like I said, getting to know who she was, cool person on the surface, but over them months and those years as I was at school, I started to get to know who she really was. So, come to find out, I knew that she knew somebody that used to go to the school too. So once I found out about that, I guess they started talking whatever. Also, I was talking to some little dude then. We in middle school, y'all. Y'all think y'all be talking to some little boy. Wasn't nothing but no little puppy love anyway. And we used to be on a little Instagram because Instagram used to let us have like DMs and stuff like that, and we was able to like get into like the little group chats together. And child, let me tell you something. We would all be on the phone and stuff sometimes, and she would sometimes be on the phone with him, but I was on the phone with who I was on the phone with. And this Instagram time, now Instagram has updated very much to the point where it's new features. They got a lot of stuff on Instagram. I guess you getting paid for it. Like, yes, a lot of stuff. So Instagram come, we all on these little things, little group chat, video things here and there. Cause sometimes if I would get on video call or FaceTime, we would add each other in. And that's why I say you should never do that, y'all. Y'all never let, your so-called friend or somebody that you cool with be close with any. But mind y'all, we in middle school. I'm not knowing, but she was much older than me. I ain't gonna lie. Cause at the time I was like, what, 16, and I'm about to be 21 in April. So I'm 16. She was dang near like 18, but we in middle school though. So I think she was 17 going into 18, but she said that she was 18 because I guess she was about to turn 18. But either way, she was much older than me. Much had already been out there, and like people had known her around the school type thing. So, but I really didn't know much about who she was. We gonna put her name as um, Puffy. So I didn't know too much about Puffy because, like I said, I only knew her really through Instagram. And well, I'm from like it's really small, so it's like the country. So everybody kind of know everybody, but I kind of didn't know who she was. So got to know her back to this school thing. Now, when we used to be in school, it was a different vibe. We all hung out, different type of people and stuff like that. We was all together. I hung out sometimes with my little people. She would hang with her little people with her little group sometime in the cafeteria, but we would still be chilling like throughout the school day and stuff. And I was doing the stuff that I ain't had no business doing, when y'all used to be in school, just skipping school. But one thing about me, I always had my schoolwork done, and that's one thing they couldn't put past me. So we in school, cool person on the surface, but like I said, once you get to know a person, you be like, okay, this really who they was. Now let's just get to the part where I found out she was the creep. Okay, when I found out she was creep, it was crazy how I found out because we were supposed to be hanging out with each other, and the day she picked me up, she was with the dude or whatever. Come to find out, he was with some other people that he knew too. We gonna call him um, B. I don't know, little B. So I guess the little B, excuse me, y'all. B, they was in, I guess his friend car, whatever that he knew. So when they came to pick me up, chill vibe. We all chilling, stuff like that. Everything was cool. You know, young kids, y'all do what y'all do. Y'all be going out and stuff like that. And we was riding around. So, like I say, one thing about a female, y'all, they will pick and choose, nitpick. And especially when you're a good heart person. And that's why I don't have friends now at this point. Because a lot of people, they be like that. A lot of females, they're jealous, they envy, they try to get up under you to see what you got going on, see what you put in, why this person may like certain things about you. And some females, they be like that because of the insecurities as well too. When you're insecure and you don't know who you are, you don't love yourself as a woman, period, you're gonna feel like that. And you have to not ever feel like that. It don't matter if it's your friend, nobody, period. Like, we shouldn't be going in this world. Just now, me being grown and realizing, going back to those situations, you laugh at it, you be like, dang, girl, like, why did you put yourself around them people but you're young? God put me around whoever he put me around so I can learn. So now where I am now, don't have no friends, don't do none of that stuff, because at the end of the day, people are going to be jealous. Females going to be jealous, period. And that's just it. And, like, you learn from your situation that you go through and you move forward from them. And the day we chilling, we all are hanging and stuff. I get the feeling that something like, when you just get that feeling in your gut that something just off. We get to chilling at her spot. Get back to, I guess, where her mama was. I'm new. We already had went over to where her little friend B was. Puffy mom. Like I said, we gonna name her Puffy. We went over to Puffy mom and we were chilling at that after I guess we left B and his people shit. So when we get back there, about chill, I didn't went inside because I charged my phone. I'm on my phone taking videos throughout the whole thing, so I got my little videos. And that's why I say back then, y'all, on Snapchat, it's crazy. Like I say, how much some of these platforms have upgraded over the time. And it has been a minute, but my eyes and lock it. So I had little videos in my little locking thing that I don't know if they still got that. They probably still have it. I think they do. But I saved all my videos in my eyes. And I knew, because I'm like, you're a girl, y'all be out having fun, feeling yourself. Think you're having a little good time. You take your videos and you save them in your little Snapchat, little storage. So I already knew that I knew what was going on because when I went back and looked at the videos after the fact, I felt the vibe when I was in the video. But when you're in the moment, you're not really trying to, like, back then, now that I look at it, I wasn't trying to receive the energy because at the end of the day, I already knew I felt something in my stomach, but I probably just didn't want to, or you not want to take it, but you're like, okay, let me sit back and see what it's going to be at the end of the day. And that's what you fuck up at the end of the day. One thing about it, anybody that's in a situation, dealing with friends, anything like that, you got to lead it. You don't give a fuck about none of that. You don't need no friends. And I never ever said that I needed friends, but you don't need no friends. Anybody that think they need friends, period, you don't. And I have like, I have associates and stuff like that, people I talk to here and there. So it's not like I just don't talk to nobody in the world, but you just got to have your boundaries with certain people, and that's what y'all people can understand. It ain't nothing wrong with having little people that you associate with, that's your female, stuff like that, but have your boundaries in certain situations because a lot of people they may take certain things and take certain situations how they take it. But we back at her shit. Like I say, I went in, charged my phone. I'm inside, chilling, sitting down on my phone, scrolling. I'm already sensing the vibes. So one thing about me, I'm going to speak on it. When we was in the car on the way back and I'm taking the videos, I didn't say nothing because I'm like, I'm letting them up in the front do they little talking. I heard the little whispering, but me, I didn't hear everything how I thought it would because I really wasn't trying to listen because the music was still playing. So I said something while we in there, pop off right then and there. And that's why you know when people already holding some type of animosity as well. As well, God showed me in that situation, now that I'm an adult and I'm grown, and you move differently with different people that you come in alignment with, you know what certain things to watch out for. And you'll learn that is y'all keep going out here when you have different friends, dudes as well. Like, it's not just females too. There's a lot of dudes out there that's envy and that's fake and that feel how they feel as well too, you know. But at the end of the day, you keep being who you're gonna be, you know. People, that's just how certain people is. And like I say with certain dudes too, they also do that same thing, you know. They'll be envy as well and jealous too. I heard about little stuff in school, which is the crazy thing that I think about it now, y'all. I heard about little stuff in school, but I was never, because I was like I say, good person. You don't be wanting to sometimes hear from certain people because you like, all right, I'm around this person, you know. But once you get to realize, you figure out, you like, okay, this what this person really is. And she was her own person, but you never want to judge nobody for being who they is. You know, that's why I say you ain't got to judge nobody just because what you heard. And even with you being an adult now, like anybody that's out there, that you ain't got to judge nobody just for who they was back then or nothing like that. A person that's coming to who they're becoming or walking into who they're becoming, God gonna have that set in stone for them, you know. They're going to elevate and grow in the ways that they need to elevate and grow in, you know, how they need to elevate and grow, whichever way they need to go and elevate and do their growth. God has a lot in path for a lot of his soldiers, a lot of his chosen ones. So when I got that feeling in my gut feeling that I knew something was off or weird when we was inside, like I said, Puffy house. A dude, like I said, his name just B. We're just naming. These are not these people real names. Take and think now, oh yeah, let me go find Puffy and B. You won't find nobody named Puffy and B associated to me, period. And that's just that. So B, which her friend was already outside still, but I think once he heard whatever commotion, he came in, boom, bop, bop. Now, it was getting to a point where we was really about to get down and, be done because when I said what my gut feeling, she had already, so she knew what it was. I didn't even have to really get out what it was. I guess the feeling was already there when I said something. And that's the thing that I see certain atmospheres when you come around people. And that's another thing with aligning yourself with the right energy, y'all. As I go high school, you're adult, you're grown, whatever it is, you can still take and learn from a lot of different stuff that you may be surprised that you can take and learn from. You know, um, a lot of people may not know how to take in certain things, and that's why you go to God and you pray. But when you're in middle school, young, you're growing, you're not really young, you're just thinking you the girl, you're funny, oh yeah, this kid, and all that stuff. You know, it's not that, you know, these are people that's just in your season and you're learning from them. And I also spoke in this spare time a little bit on my TikTok, but I'm just coming on here breaking down mainly the whole thing. So boom, bam, bam. We get to starting to arguing and stuff, y'all going back and forth, doing a real big thing. Then we get to going outside. Now at this point, I had already said what I had to say. She said what she had to say. And the thing was that pissed me off, y'all, was that the bitch left me, y'all. When I tell y'all, I ain't know where the fuck I was. I, I'm gonna probably end up doing another story time on this with another part 2 because I got something else about it too. And when I tell y'all she left me, and this is gonna be real funny. When she left me, I didn't know where I was. Even though I knew like the environment, I still didn't know the little area that I was in. So luckily, that's why I say when I went in to charge my phone, God knew I was going in to charge my phone. So honey, I kept that phone charged, called my Uber quick, and I ended up calling me 2 Ubers that day. I had to cancel the other one because they ended up not coming and playing, and then the other one I ended up getting and picking, they got me. So see, there's a lot of stuff I ain't put on TikTok, but once I got the Uber, I went and slid and left. And y'all know Instagram, you can get in, post on Snapchat, post little videos. So when I get back to the house, I get a deleting, blocking all that quick, cause like what for, you feel me? And that's why I say people, you go through life, you understand why people felt the way they felt and wherever they felt, and you just move on, you feel me? That don't mean you have to stop being the person that you are, being a good person, period. That just means you don't have to associate yourself with none of that negative stuff that's not doing good for you. You know, as you continue growing, as you continue becoming who you become, God is going to structure you and build you and align you up for what you need to be aligned for and who's going to come in your path in your season. Regardless of what you want to happen, it's not going to be there. You know, you may want what God is not saying is for his glory in this season. You have to be able to go out and glory and worship God as well. Glorify whatever he's wanting to put in your purpose too that can make the world better. So even if people are fucked up people, wrong people in the world, you go through your life getting in contact with people that did you wrong or did fucked over shit. When you get older, you come back and realize you see what them people still going through. And people probably still in the same situation, still doing wrong, you know. And it's not to say, oh, it's just, you never know what God has planned, you know. Why God put you to go through what you went through with that person, you know. And I'm going to come on here and be telling y'all a couple of story times, y'all, because it's going to be real tea for real. Like, I got some stuff we're going to break down, and that's going to come into a lot of stuff. Like, y'all keep being who you're going to be, you feel me? Show up, be, and being the voice you want to be. Voice what you want to voice out here in the world. You know, don't just go around bashing people and being wrong and doing people wrong. We don't have to do that. You know, when God has his chosen ones and he's building and strengthening them up, they're not going to go around bashing. Yeah, they're going to go around being real and speak it, being blunt. And the people that's not real, that's not aligned with God, won't know how to take it because they're not able to understand, and that's okay. Sometimes people may not be able to understand whatever God is trying to show them or whatever it is. And if you're that person that may not understand, it's okay, you know. You can go out there and pray and ask God to just show you, give you whatever it is you need to be shown so you can move how you need to move, get yourself where you need to get yourself. And I think about it, you should never be afraid to speak on God, talk about God, you know, speak on who God is to you, the person that God made you to be. You know, you should never be afraid to speak on that. Speak on it, be who you're going to be, and be that good person at the end of the day. We have a lot of people that's rising above. Y'all know that song, Rise Up? Yeah, rising above and then rising up to do greater things and to do things that God has called them upon this earth to do. And that's lead, that's walk, that's show up, that's be bold, that's do it all and not knowing and all that. also have to take in what God is showing you. Yeah, you can take in the knowledge of what people out here is doing, but take in what God is also breaking down and showing you through whatever He's showing you. And you may not know how God is going to talk to you and speak to you. It may be a whisper, it may be a vision. A lot of people sit there and talk about people that say they get visions. No, it's people that put what they think or what they're guessing on others to have them think certain things about. If you get a vision from God, you're going to know. Trust me. You get a whisper, you're going to know. You're not going to have to sit there and go out there and pay nobody to do nothing that's not ungodly like, or that's not godly like, period. You should be walking in line with what God wants you to align with. You don't need to go pay nobody to give you what you need to be shown, because that's not what, no, you don't need to do that, period. I see stuff out there, videos like that. We shouldn't even be having to do that, and when you do that, that just shows that you're not aligned with God. You're aligned with the enemy, the devil. You're worshiping another Satan that ain't even in this. It's in your flesh, whatever you're fighting, but you got to fight that. And you don't need to fight that with the flesh. You need to fight that with God, connecting, getting close with God. So, y'all, we keep walking out here, keep doing what we got to do, keep being the person that we have to be at the end of the day. It don't take a rocket science to show up and be who you got to be. You don't need no validation from nobody else but God and yourself. Because once you know that and you can take that within peace, you will move so much better. You will move with the peace, the happiness, and love of knowing that God has what He has coming for you in due time, honey. And it's coming sooner than what you think. And that's why whoever listens to this, like I say, God is going to build you up in your time. And when you know it's your time, and whenever, if you went through that time and you know what it is, speak to it, okay? Speak to it, because some of us have already went through our time, and we know what it is. We walked through it. We know what it feels like. We know what God spoke to us and what He's still speaking to us, because a lot of people think that we can just speak to God in the seasons we need Him and let go. No. Yeah, He'll forgive you, but what was your point of trying to use God in that moment you needed Him just to let go and try to come back when you need to know? And when you do that with Him, He's going to do that with you. He's going to take His time or whatever you want in, and asking for it to come so bad is going to be on His time. Especially when it's not aligned with what He wants to do. It's never going to probably happen at all. Especially when God is not glorifying His praise or magnifying His angels and His glory. He's not going to fulfill it. You're not going to win. You may be able to speak on it, but it's not going to go farther than what God wanted to go. And that's why He'll stop it each and every time. And a lot of us think that God stopping what He has going on for us is Him just shutting all the doors. No. Yeah, the doors will be shut, but some doors is going to open to show you, so it can open your eyes as well. It's an eye opener for a lot of people to shut them doors and open doors so your eyes can open with them doors and see what you need to be shown. Whatever it is you need to be shown, God is going to show it to you. Whatever you got to be broken down to see, God is going to break you down to see that. A lot of us, we going to go through what we go through. We going to experience what we experience. We going to do what we do in this life, But YouTube, I love y'all, and y'all got to stop letting these people, whatever it is, get you to a place where you stop what God is calling you to do. You gotta keep pushing, keep asking God to give you that strength to continue moving through whatever it is you're feeling or whatever. But yes, y'all, I have had a good day today. ate me a little bit of some little food. So I had a good day, and I just want everybody else weekend, everything to go good. Walk into your weekend doing good. We done got through the first week of New Year's. We got more days, years, and months to come. So many more. Um, but y'all keep doing it. Do what God has called you to do and to be, and that's all that matters. You don't have to be more. You don't have to settle. Just be exactly who you are, which is what God called you to be and put you on this earth for, which is to be yourself. And like I said, a lot of people think that they need to show up being other people. No, be who you want to be. Be yourself. Show up how you want to show up. And even if people may not like it or not, that's just you. That's who you are going to be. You know, some people, it's just not their time to align with what you're understanding in this season because they're still seeing other stuff from way, way back then from what you already saw and probably went through. And even if you didn't, you probably know because you heard from people experiencing. You know, even if we may not been through it, we heard experiences. We heard people that was probably around us that experienced something similar to that and that probably felt whatever they felt in that same way. So y'all got to keep just showing up and doing the thing. Give me one on YouTube. But YouTube, y'all keep doing y'all thing. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep showing up in this world like you supposed to show up, being you. You don't have to. You don't have to do nothing else but be you and yourself. Everything that's coming along and plan is going to come, and it's going to show up for you the way it needs to be showed up. And God got it. Y'all just keep walking in what God has called you to walk in, and that's to be great. Not to worry, because a lot of us, we probably worry. But yes, YouTube. But that was that little story time of that, y'all. Y'all know. She did some creep stuff to me, girl. She did my creep stuff. Puffy. And her man at the hand. Well, we don't know, but yeah, her man at the time. And y'all, it's crazy because he tried to come back and talk to me afterwards. And I was like, oh, like, no. And that's another thing that dudes will do as well. Y'all dudes fail to realize that y'all, y'all can't be doing that. You thinking just because you could probably get it easy with the other girl like that, oh, you get it easy. No. Not every female is like that. It's females that have respect and care about a lot, which is their women. You feel me? Know who they are as women and love themselves. And they not finna let nobody do that, period. So y'all men need to understand that it's not about that. Y'all thinking y'all going out here. No, that's wrong and that's slimy, That's nasty, that's dirty. You shouldn't even want to do that. And the fact that you go on that type of time, it just shows who you really was. Should nobody even want to do that. So, yeah, dudes will do it too. It's not just females, it's both parties. Both parties do it. Some females, they do it. Some dudes, they do it. Not all like that, but some of them are. And you will know the ones that be just for going out there wanting to do the extra stuff, and the ones that is just chill and probably just to themselves. So that's another thing. Like, you don't have to show up with all that drama stuff. Some people think just being in drama, arguments, wanting to be in the next drama topic is, because in the long run, what is that gonna do for you? Like, what if your mama, your grandma, your sister, and your brother, Lord forgive me, but yeah, they stink and fishy and smell like ass. How about that? But yes, y'all, like, hello, you too. Y'all there with me? I want to make sure y'all can okay. So yes, y'all, keep doing what you're gonna do. Keep being who you're gonna be and showing up. I had a little important little call come through, y'all. And y'all know important calls is the best, okay? But sorry, y'all. YouTube, like I say, do what you gotta do. It don't take no rocket science to put it together. God plus you plus strength equals power, elevation, grass green on the other side, and eternity. Um, and that's all you need. You don't need no extra fakeness, no other. No, God got what He got for you. It's coming, and it's a thing that be patient, but also start it when you start it too. Yeah, it's coming, but go ahead and start it up. So when all of it comes, you'll be prepared for once it comes too. I'm speaking through to y'all. And I know y'all hear me, I might not type in the chat right now, but God gonna have everybody up in here typing up in the chat. We gonna be up in here doing the thing for real, you know, talking, speaking on real stuff, you know, and that's what I want. You know, we're gonna build this community and do what we gotta do. So my real support is y'all gonna hear, you know, it's us. We got it on this YouTube family. We doing it. You know, even if I'm, y'all know what I'm about. I'm doing what I do, and y'all know what I'm bringing to y'all. So we gonna keep supporting it. Y'all support. I'ma support and pour back into y'all, and we gonna do the dang on thing on this YouTube thing. So y'all gotta make sure when you come in, you like up, subscribe, hit that subscribe. You know, get to know who I am more, get on my live more and see what I got more about. You know, who I am, what I'm talking about bringing, cause you will get a lot of stuff. You know, you'll learn a lot. And it's positivity. It's all love too. No negative stuff. We gonna speak on real. We gonna be real, and we ain't doing none of that fake drama. Like I told y'all down the mine, I got my eyes set out for some moderators. I already got one picked out, which is what I just got to see if if. But if not, you know, hey, still at least I had one in my mind. But I still probably want two, three more for certain times and days that I hop on and do some little things. So later down the line, like I say, I'm looking out, I'm watching for the ones that's showing up and doing it. I'm seeing y'all and I got y'all. So that's what I'm saying. Come in, have fun, YouTube, get the vibe, hey now, and we gonna do the thing. On camera, off camera, sometimes doing what we do on camera, we gonna do it, you know. Everybody do what they do differently, you know. And that's just what we doing over here on Rosa's family and Life by Rosa. So that's what it is, y'all. Y'all getting the journey, the life of me growing. And one thing about it, I'm real, you know. We don't hide nothing. We don't put on a fake just for, It's all realness, you know. I can't help if you don't like me being real or blunt. That's just, you know, but God also has me speaking through for a reason too, to be this honest, so a lot of people could hear and it could help others. A lot of people out here are honest as well. So yes, y'all. Like I said, we got 4th of July coming up. January is going by fast. It feel like it just started, but like I said, we done already made it through the first week. So that's a bless and that's a start. And everybody need to be thanking God. They made it through this week. Job, work, content, however you did it. Sleeping in the car, your house, you did it. And y'all know I speak nothing but real, put out nothing but positivity, and show up with the consistency. And that's another thing. You gotta stay consistent. Whatever you're doing or you trying to do, you gotta be consistent. If you ain't consistent, it's gonna go where it's gonna go, but you just got to be consistent. Just stay consistent, y'all. You will see what you need to do once you grow. Um, so a lot of y'all do what y'all got to do, y'all. We're gonna keep showing up and sitting on here. Like I say, YouTube, what's up? We here, we in here, we don't care. If, like I say, God got what He has coming for this community. There's gonna be so many people in here speaking. We're gonna be letting people get their shout outs, because, like I say, members, once we get to that, we're gonna be doing all that big stuff. Even before, we still gonna be doing it. That's why I want y'all to come on, get the vibe, subscribe, like it up when you come in. Don't be shy, afraid. You ain't gonna know what you gonna come in and get into. But I love my YouTube, and we gonna keep showing up every day how we show up the way we need to. Because that's just that. God already showed me what it is that I need to do. And I'm doing what He's called for me to do. And that's just all that matters. Nothing more, nothing less. Or nothing else to be said. And a little story time I told y'all. Y'all get ready for some more. I already got some little juicy ones I should post. I may end up posting on my poll for my posts. Some little like ones that y'all can just poll on what you think you may like. I may do that. If I don't, y'all just catch the next one. It's gonna be still juicy, and we gonna talk about a lot of stuff. Cause I got some funny story time. Now I ain't gonna tell y'all a lot of the story time, but the ones that I know that's funny and just some of the stuff that you could just talk about and be like, girl, what? Yes, those type of story times. You will be laughing at your pants. Because I was over here laughing a little bit too, thinking about it. So, yes, definitely will be laughing, honey. And I think we all do when we think about them times from when we was in whatever school, middle school, elementary. Like, some people say they can't remember them days, and some people, they do have memories, very fond memories. That's like yesterday of their earlier, younger days, childhood days. And it's crazy, but that's how the mind works. The mind does work crazy. Some people can remember a lot of stuff that happened in their childhood, and then some can remember more that happened in their teenage years than their childhood. It's just a mind thing, which is actually cool too. So, hey, do what you gotta do. It's gonna take whatever time it takes, but the more you show up, the more you gonna see what's needed to be done. And it's a lot that's in store that's coming for you. But I'm over here sitting over here contemplating about this, dog. Y'all, I'm gonna end up just getting it out of the way. It's gonna be done by tomorrow. So that's the thing. I'm just thinking, because I know I want y'all to see, but that's gonna be a process. Y'all gonna be seeing it, and it's gonna be a hot mess. So I don't even know how I'm gonna start off doing it. That's the thing. It's the comb thing. It's not like I could just put all of it in my hair like before, section my hair out and do it like that. Because for the bob one, I remember you can section your hair out in a pot like that, and don't put it at your scalp, but put it on the hair and let it do what it's gonna do. But you gotta keep showing up and doing the doggone thing, y'all. At the end of the day, that's what life is all about. It's all about learning, growing, and doing what you gotta do. However God has called you to show up and however you want to show up. That's just all it's about. Sorry, y'all. It is still hot, y'all. When I tell you weather be changing quick, if you're from Florida, you already know. Florida, honey, quick changes. It's fast, and you don't know if it's gonna be hot, cold, cold, hot, but you know something changing, and that's what matters. is, YouTube. Y'all have a good week for real. I'm glad everybody, and I hope everybody went good. Weekend coming into. Have a good weekend, because I know some people probably got to get right back at work for Monday, y'all. You know, and even on the weekend, put that work in too, you know. But if you ain't got to, get your rest, get your time, do what you gotta do. Be thankful. That's number one. Always be thankful. Thank God that you still here. You're still moving. You still got limbs in your body. Still get out there and move and breathe. Because it's a lot of people that, like I say, and it's rest in peace to them. It's sad that they could not make it. So the one that God had make it, we got to show up and do what we got to do. And not show up in no envy, hating ways, no bad ways. Because them people wasn't bad or hating. They was probably good people. Even though we may not know them from the real, we saw from whatever surface, you know, and people put. So, hey, some people, not everybody is meant to go, man. So, be thankful, be grateful, show up and walk the way. Don't be out here wishing bad on others or want others to be going through nothing. Put out what you want others to do that others probably didn't put out to you when you was growing and stuff. So that's just the real and the honesty. Show up how you gotta show up and show up doing what you need to do. On YouTube, we on here. We done been on here for a good minute. Y'all know I come on here and I'ma talk to y'all. Cause y'all my YouTube babies. And like I already told y'all, the community, the growth, the build is gonna keep going. Cause we gonna keep going and going. And when y'all see, subscribe, like it up. Don't be scared, you know. We got people that's coming and supporting. So we doing what we have to do. Y'all keep showing up and catch this good realness. Catch the vibe, catch all of it. Cause we coming with real positive, no drama, no extra stuff that ain't doing nothing better for us. No, none of that. We showing up with the real. So like I say, you gotta come on, catch the realness and the life and the family by Rosa, because this is Rosa family, Rosa community, and we building, and we gotta do what we gotta do to grow, you know. A lot of people ain't gonna be able to steal this over here, this community, this growth, this support, this love, because it's gonna be too pure and real. That's why I say it's gonna be all real. Even when the haters think they coming, we gonna know, you know, the haters ain't gonna do nothing, y'all. So YouTube, y'all show up, do what you gotta do. This is a family thing.